Forever. There we go.
Oh, there we are.
Hey, Raz. Raz Madazzle Manazzle.
Rizzle my dizzle.
The dazzled is dizzle.
So
FAA defeats RDQ. Holy fuck. Okay, this is news to me.
that reminds me. My wife and I are watching a series called Cougar Town. Hilarious. I know. The name sounds cheesy, but it's actually really funny. So anyway, we're watching it, and in one of the series, one of the chicks comes in, and right here, she's got some like bedazzled jewels. Was that you?
Me what?
Dude, it sounded like a fucking hurricane blowing through the live stream.
No, that John just showed up, so he is an FPV god, so strange shit happens.
Whatever. Don't mess with me. Anyway, somebody said, "What the hell is that?" And she replied, "Oh, I got vajazzled." Vajazzled.
I have heard that phrase before, and I snickered.
Oh God. What's going on, John?
Oh, our two biggest fans showed up in the house. Do4. What's up, Do4?
And Blizzard.
Blizzard. Oh, what's up, big dog? Badge Azzles. Love the spacing.
Yeah, vajazzled. I laughed. And of course, then it's like, do you guys want to see? And of course, one of the married guys responds, he's like, yeah, I don't. Looked at his wife. Oh, man. Hey, so have you seen Capper around lately? Because I have not seen anything from Capper in like 8 weeks at least.
No, that dude's a ghost, man. He sold this shit and got out. He's like, I don't want to deal with the shitstorm that's coming.
Yeah, I found it interesting because, even Drew, one of the few faces left affiliated with Road to Riot has been like AWOL for the most part. He's doing videos about his car on his personal channel now, but he's not doing a ton with Road to Riot. And then out of nowhere, he comes up with this post talking about if you have drone shit, let us know. We have a ticket system we want to test. Blah, blah, blah.
My phone?
Off your phone, Verizon.
Sorry. At truck stops, weird people come up to you and ask you weird shit. Hey, dude, you have no fault. There you go.
My bad. I was muting trying to figure out if it was me somehow. Every time you open your window, motherfucker.
When your window's open at a truck stop, weird people come and talk to you. It's just a thing.
Oh, well, it makes sense. But yeah, then he put that post out, and of course, you look at the logo, and underneath of it. Anyway, I think it's a Red Cat product.
I think you might be right. I did read that post. I thought I was like, oh, whatever. Did you threw a troll down on that, didn't you?
Oh my God, I did not. I was so close because when I found that thread, there was only like 6 replies on it. So I had just found it in the beginning. Dude, I kept going back to it, and then I was pulling away. I was just going to grab a screenshot at the very bottom where it talked about drone analytics and data collection.
You're slipping, bro. You're slipping.
Chris and Eric and all these guys with, some of the stuff we've had going on have really gotten to me. I'm trying to be on my best.
Oh, God. Heaven forgive you.
Yeah, well.
He dipped to China, Do4 says. Do you for or do for? Dude, your name's tripping me out, man, because I'm pretty sure it's a Vietnamese curse word, and every time I read your name, I think of it, because we used to call it each other all the time. It means motherfucker. It's do my. So I just want to go, what's up, do my?
Yeah, so this product is DroneBox, and you see the fine print there. Encrypted storage and analyzation. Sorry, not me, not today.
Shit, I won't even register my quad.
And then, of course, obligatory picture of a foot callus that somebody has stuffed some candy into.
God damn it. I'm going to remove you.
Do 4. Yeah, what was that?
Oh, nothing.
So, while I'm thinking about it, because I just happened to see a picture of this too, the final revision of the Hero 8 mounts, Joe is going to print us up a couple, and we're going to get them mailed off to you also. In the meantime, you'll have some stuff. It should be there.
I haven't called them and asked them if something showed up yet. They don't like notify me or anything. Context, guys, it's a P.O. box, so.
It's about time.
But I liked having my personal mail service. I'm surprised he's not in the stream tonight.
Yeah, but isn't it more convenient to have a P.O. box that you can just wander into anytime?
It is. It is. It's not really why I got it, but I ain't getting into that here.
No. Yeah, very, very interesting stuff. And then on top of that, like, do you scan and peruse Facebook at all as far as keeping up with like little newsy items and shit, or not really?
No, you do not use Facebook for news at all. That is ridiculous nonsense unless I'm going to look to troll the shit out of somebody like John. I mean, not you, John, but Jonathan.
Yeah, keeping up with current things happening, because which that answered my question. Honestly, I don't even know why I asked, because I know the answer. But anyway, then I noticed a few days ago a post on RDQ by Tyler Brennan. Now, if you remember, when right after the protest, he kicked off and said that he was going to start looking into taking up legal action against the FAA for unconstitutional regulation and overreach of, what they were doing. Well, apparently behind the scenes, what he was trying to do is to get an association together that would, it was like an affiliation of all these companies in the FPV industry that were going to come together and help fund this. Apparently, nobody wants any part of it.
Not one person. I think you said something about this in the chat.
But I'm trying to dig up more details, and honestly, I haven't reached out to him personally yet. It's on my to-do list. But a lot of what I was seeing was coming from Derek. Derek, because, he's very involved with Pyrodrone and Heli Nation. He handles support tickets for some of these companies. And the letter that was distributed to these vendors to try to get them on board had mention of things like some sort of affiliation dues and continuing contribution of funds, but really didn't state very well where those funds were going to end up being allocated. And so that was one of the big things that I guess wasn't sitting well with most people is, wait, you're going to sit here and ask us for a bunch of money for something you don't really have a solid plan for, that you don't know how you're really going to handle. But of course, when he brought it up, he didn't get a really good response to it. He just kind of threw it out there.
Yeah, I saw he saying something about he wants all of us, Joe Public, to start bugging our favorite stores, blasting them with emails saying, what are you doing to keep yourself in business? In other words, what are you doing for the hobby lately?
Yeah. And I think that's a fair point, because they are in a position, not because I'm saying that all these venues are rich and just have oodles of money to throw out the window at every cause they can find. But if they were to band together, I'm sure it's going to be a lot easier You know, it's like living with 6 roommates versus living by yourself, right? If you spread everything across everyone, it's easier to afford.
Well, not to mention the fact that a conglomerate of businesses approaching the government is going to be way more highly visible than one dude that ships shit out of his garage or a little warehouse or whatever he does.
And that's a really important part of the point, because the opposition to this is Walmart, United States Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, Amazon, all these really big players who have more funding, more than enough funding, especially lumped together, to just, on the defense, just become a money sink for legal recourse because they can afford it.
Yep. Hey, 204, I'm vaguely interested in what the hell you're talking about.
Not interested in the bank, but hey, if you want to like take my money and drop it into a hedge fund and maybe put some in some mutual funds, maybe we can talk.
Oh, yeah.
And if we all band together and do it, then we can all reap the benefits. Ponzi.
Hell yeah. Invite your friends. It only costs $50 to get in. Send it care of at Charles Hoover.
Hey, Jeffrey. Hey, guys, I want to remind you guys, if you're here and you don't mind it, give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to us. And if you like a little bit of spam letting you know when we go live, something reaching out and touching you and saying, hey, go ahead and ring that bell, too, to get those reminders or those alerts. If you don't like what we're doing and you hate Chuck's guts, give us a thumbs down. That's okay, too. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting to see some of this going on, because for a lot of us, life has like come to a screeching halt or slowed down, or we have a lot of other things that we've needed to worry about with everything going on. Well, the FAA did not slow down at all. If anything, they picked up steam.
Well, I mean, they might not have been able to come into the office every day, but everybody's got to act like they're real busy, so they got a bunch of shit done.
Yep. So if you haven't, now's a really good time to look up who your local senators are. And look, at the FPV Freedom Coalition, you'll find links in the description to these organizations. Even at RDQ, you'll find links to how to find contact information for your local senators and your politicians. Look, even if it is something that you just kind of find, change a couple things, don't put much effort into, and send it on its way, start doing that, because there are politicians out there that agree with our perspective and our viewpoints and are looking for ammunition and people to get behind them in order to further our cause. It's just a matter of finding the right ones.
Yeah. There was that one guy, and I can never, ever remember his name to even look him up again. The guy who showed up at that one meeting, and he actually stood up for hobbyists, and they got shut down. Remember, it was like the very first meeting, public meeting?
Yeah.
Like that guy, and I know he was doing some other stuff afterwards, like he was putting in some bills, but I couldn't ever think of his name to do anything about it.
I would have to look it up again. Honestly, I dropped the ball on a lot of that stuff about 3 months ago, because I also didn't want to just like keep bringing it up every stream. I didn't want it to just become this droning point, no pun intended. But now that some time has passed, there have been some things that have moved and some things that have changed, and I think they're worth mentioning again. So I will get that together for the next stream, just to bring it up for 10 or 15 minutes, just so you guys can be aware and informed, and then we will move on to other stuff.
Absolutely. Other stuff like
Yes. So spill it, and I want all of the grimy details. I want to know the good, the bad, the ugly.
Let's start with the ugly. These things are stupid looking. Like they go together like Legos, right? Look, here. See, look, they give you pretty packaging. I'll bust it out and everything here. Here, I got one prop to go. Can you see this? This is nonsense. Fucking Legos. All right? They look cheap. They look like pieces of crap. They look like they won't last 2 seconds. And they're $4 a pack, which I'd say is the biggest drawback, but it is the new hotness, and $4 is about the going rate for the new hotness. That's about all I got for cons. And I had to push that one real hard to sell it. Because these motherfuckers are pretty much the baddest ass props I've ever used. Now, I want you to look at one thing right here. Can you see how mangled that is? You see that? All right, I got a video up on my channel right now, and I forget whether it's the first or I think it's the second half of the video. That's what the prop looked like. There ain't no vibrations. There ain't no change in the way it flew. It didn't even sound different. These things are amazing. Like, I was very skeptical when I first put them on. I mean, like, they snap together. They're fucking Legos, dude. Like, straight up. And I'm like, what the hell is this crap? But once I put it in the air, everything Kebab said about them is true. Like, they hit trees and go through them. Yeah, they get mangled. Like, the blades are really stiff, so they tend to tear or break instead of bend. So these ain't not going to be good in the cold weather at all, unless they come up with different material. But the responsiveness and dude, you get speed and responsiveness in one prop. That's like not a thing. And I don't know, they're incredible. I love them. I ordered 20 more.
Are
like,
they?
as soon as I was done flying, I ordered 20 more.
Right. Dufour makes a good point, but you can change just a single blade. So there's the potential for, switch outs to be more efficient.
All right, here's another con. They might do that in the future. They might sell them separately in the future, but I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to end up with a whole lot of these because they don't sell them. You got to buy packs of props, and they don't come with extras. Like, original people were saying, oh, they come with some extra ones, and no, they don't. But that's all right. They're a little less efficient. Like, I run 6S, and I usually run watermelons. Rarely I'll run lemon limes, and which is pretty damn efficient for what it is. On 2207s or 2306 1700 kV.
What's their stated pitch?
5.14.7. But none of that really means anything because this takes up a lot of that measurement. These things are actually really tiny. They do have a fat scoop in them right here, but they get pretty damn skinny towards the end too. So there's a lot less surface area than your standard prop. There you go. And there's not much where it meets the hub either, but that scoop is pretty hefty. So they are not as efficient as I would like them to be. But goddamn, the way they handle is just fucking phenomenal.
Interesting.
And from what I've noticed, and I got it caught in a tree, didn't seem like it was any more or less difficult to get out of the tree. I just one time and it came down. So I'll give it more experience to actually judge that. But if you see in my video, I go up through this little tree and there's not really a gap there, and I go in it anyway. And you can see and hear that one of the props bashes into a tree branch, and you can basically hear, if you listen to it, you can hear the blades closing, and my quad just kind of brink, doesn't even really flinch, and I'm gone. And I know, and I could feel, I don't know how I can explain that I can feel, but I felt that that's what happened with the prop.
Huh. I've been on the fence, but I also have more props than any sane person needs, and I need to work on that before I worry about buying any more props. But
yeah, well, I still have like 20 more packs of lemon limes and 10 more freaking watermelons, and I know your story, but no, it's 4.7 Duo 4. I really do hope that they make a lesser pitch prop, because that is more my style. But man, you could just see it in my flying. Like, there's just, the responsiveness is so good. You can see that my flying improved, my accuracy improved.
And so you felt that different flying those props. And if you were to go back to, say, S3s or S4s, you would notice that difference.
Oh, dude, it's a huge difference.
Interesting.
And I had someone say to me earlier today or yesterday, I don't know, I'm a trucker, time is a fucky thing. Somebody told me, oh, that's just because it's a higher pitch prop. And I'm like, well, yeah, it is, but there's way less surface area than your standard prop. So I don't know.
Yeah, now, honestly, the only thing that's going to speak to anything is actual experience, like what you've just done. But it really just makes me think, because of all these factors. And the more I think about it, the more questions I end up having, that only experience can get you to even a point where you say, well, who cares? Because.
Well, I'll tell you what, I flew 8 packs. I flew 4 packs on, I have 2 rigs. I have Falco X rig, and I have a KISS rig, and they're both pretty much the same rigs as far as frames and stuff, like motor power and stuff like that. And I knew on the first pack that I really had something. By the time I was done with the 8, I was like, this is stupid. It should not. These props should not work this well. They really shouldn't.
Okay,
I don't see any reason why they would be good.
Well, it's been a while since Dal really had a prop out that made me consider, I needing to try Dal again. Now, I've had a Dal rep send me some props on 2 different occasions, but I mean, they were good, they were interesting, but not enough to make me want to switch. So, Dal for a long time, I want to say they're probably one of the brands that has had the stiffer props, or even if they are malleable, they're not as easily repairable as some of the other brands. Like, HQ is renowned for being able to just destroy a prop and bend it right back into shape. GemFan, it took them a little while, but they figured out a really, really very durable formula too. And for freestyle, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, every single prop on Earth should be made of the same shit watermelons are made of. That's all. Just the way it should be. Sure, they could be a little more forgiving on being dented and putting vibrations into your shit, but when they're clean, so nice.
I wonder if anybody else will come out with something comparable, because I'm sure there's no patent filed yet.
Right? Dal took a while. Actually, let me just explain. It takes a long fucking time for these companies to design and come out with something new. You really think it wouldn't, but it really does. And they designed and came out with these really quickly for the industry standard. So I'm pretty damn sure we're gonna see, as long as people buy these things, we're gonna see some good shit in the future from that.
Jeff, anybody I know who flies either of the steel motors, V1s or 2s, has had nothing bad to say about them. I mean, here and there, yes, you can find somebody that has something bad to say. If from the outside I was going to say anything, it's just that they are definitely a premium price for the size motors they are. What's up, Double A?
They're gonna run, Double A. They're gonna run smooth. I'll tell you that much. If you're gonna have any complaints about them, you're probably gonna be wanting more power out of it if that's your style. But if you're just looking for smooth, that's what they're all about. All right, I'm about giving up on my laptop. Bullshit.
Zings and hype trains are sold out everywhere. Interesting. Well, maybe it's time to check out some of that T-Motor goodness.
If you looked on Amazon, bro, because you can generally always get zings from at least one seller on Amazon, and every ones I bought have been legit.
So after beating the living piss out of my one drone, because I've just been running that one over and over, I finally found a potential flaw in those motors. Okay, sweetie, I love you.
Are you ready?
I had 2 motors slip bells last weekend when we had our first Amigos meetup since, all this crap started. There you are.
On the e-motors?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are pieces of shit. I told you that months ago.
I haven't had any problem with them. And look, you know me. I figured out that the bell slipped, and I was like, pliers, good as new. No, I've been very happy. Now, I did not expect much for, I ended up paying less than $12 a piece for those things. So, I mean,
yeah,
they have far outlived what I expected.
Vampires all over those things too. I have a set actually, and I burned up one of them, and I had 2 spares, and I haven't touched them since. They're 2306 1700. You want them? Okay.
Nope, not my size. No, and going forward, I'm going to try taking some of the Primo bells and put them on those stators, and then I want to compare and see if there is a difference in the stator construction. Because I have a feeling, like I've had calipers trying to judge, the layers. I really looked hard at the stators, and they don't look any different than the Primo stators. Now, I know that's just aesthetics, but the machining, like all of the quality is there.
Yeah, I'm with Raz. 4S is done. 6S is where life begins.
No regrets for me about going 6S.
And if you do ever go 6S, Joe, get the 1000 mods of Onyx. They're the same size and weight as an Adrenaline 1300 4-cell. And you're still getting 3 to 5 minutes depending on what and how you fly.
Yep, I am on average getting 3.5 minutes, and I've been hitting those a lot harder lately. I've turned up my camera angle a little bit. Sometimes flying with a Fat Cal camera, just really feeling the rips, and I can get 3.5 minutes no problem before that thing starts screaming, land now.
With these being a bit more amp hungry, it's 3 minutes flat, maybe 3:15 if I push it. I took 2 batteries to 9 volts or something when I flew, but yeah.
But look, let's face it, 3 minutes of a high octane rip, like if you're really feeling it, after 3 minutes, your brain needs a little break. Your eyes, your fingers.
I agree, and you saw what I was flying in my video, man. That was, and what I was doing inside that tight area. That was fucking intense.
I was pretty impressed. There was a lot of smooth going on in there.
Well, I still see that bobble on my roll, coming out of a roll, but then again, I haven't even touched deadband on that quad yet. I just keep forgetting. So I do deadband on it. It's going to be solid as a rock.
Hey, when you nail the Steel Pro level, the rest of us will just quit talking to you.
No, you won't. You can't help yourself.
You know it. There you go. Yeah, I don't miss 4S. I'm not opposed to running it. but I really enjoy having that output from front to back.
Yeah,
And
I'll never go back. Okay.
And the weight. Running those 1,000 mah Ovonics, my build is lighter than when I was running 1,300 mah CNHL.
Well, yeah, it's because you ran bricks. Now, the Ovonics, they might get a little more dinged up a little quicker, but few people actually came up with a solution to that is you buy gigantic shrink wrap. The clear stuff, it's thick, and you just shrink wrap them in that. I actually took all the paper and all the writing and everything off of mine so that you could just see the cells. I like them that way.
Raw.
Yeah, and that does help a lot.
I'm not excited about those Cybers. I like some of the specs on them, but I don't like the way they look.
Do you sit there and ogle your quads? Do you? Your motors? You do like, they're so gorgeous. I just don't want to bash them against walls anymore.
Nope. You know me. So, Jeff, as far as the flight time, now this is where, an understanding of electricity comes into play. There is no flight time difference for a 6S 1,000 mah, 1,100 mah, because I know depending on brand, you're going to find different variants. What you're looking at is the watt-hour rating. And if you look at a 1,300 4S and compare that to a 1,000 mah 6S, you're still slightly higher, if I remember, on the watt-hour rating.
A little bit. In plain English, they're the same fucking battery. You just get way more fucking volts out of it. Like you're not gonna sag. Well, Ovonics are not a top rated battery, so you might notice a little bit of sag, and I've heard people bitch about it before. But dude, I mean, you basically fly until you drop out of the sky if you're not paying attention. There isn't, oh shit, I can feel it, I should land soon. It's, oh shit, I'm landing right now.
Yeah. I've limped in a handful of times. Not going to lie.
Okay, he knows then. He runs them. Jeff, you will go 6S.
If I was racing, I probably would not be as excited about Ovonic, but I'm not, and I don't need that constant super high output. So for freestyle, where you're generally hitting it a little, coasting, nothing. Or actually, it's usually the opposite. You're coasting, you hit it hard, you come out of whatever it is, so you get that initial hit, and then you're back to coasting, and everything has that chance to recover.
Yeah, and Jeff, Razman, I pretty much beat the hell out of what is it? I think 8 or 10 6S Ovonics for a year, and then I gave them to Raz, and now he's running the hell out of them, and they just go and go and go.
So Raz, I did some actual numbers, one-to-one experimentation with that on 4S, mind you, and they pretty much sag just as hard. But they also cost less if you catch them on the right sale.
Hell yeah, I think I bought, 12 of them. They came in a set of 4, and I think in the end I paid like $17 each.
Yeah, you could get 4 for like $76 shipped.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Oh, you sent him a bad Ovonic.
Well, he can bite me. Still owes me a blowjob for those other batteries.
Yeah, well, Goldback costs even less than Ovonic, so.
Love you, Raz. Nope.
Oh, he killed it. Okay, all right.
Oh, I thought you were saying no to the BJ. Sweet.
Well, guys, in about a week's time, somewhere in that time, be looking for a skit to land.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You still gotta send me screenshots.
Oh, you want to see
Yeah,
the setting? Okay, I
in,
know.
in the sky as well.
Gotcha.
He drove your wallet away, dog. It's all right.
E-Drone's giving us money to look at his wiener.
I'm looking. It's tiny, even on my giant laptop.
Oh,
Yeah, we're all high energy octane on this show tonight, bitches. I'm tired as hell. Sorry.
are you? I'm not
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
too bad.
I had some weird delivery times last night and some broken sleep with some oversleeping, and yeah.
I've been spending a lot of time reviewing footy from last weekend because between, Hero Session footage, Hero 8 footage, two different still camera footage, some that I did on my phone, like it's overwhelming. I pulled 77 gigabytes of footage from one outing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Be watching that shit and fast forward, hoping you remember where the good shit was.
Well, and what I've done is I've started watching through them, and then I'm building folders from some of my projects, and I'm just moving them in one at a time and put the piss cup away.
Hey, Icho wanted to see my Starbucks.
Of course he did. Starbucks. That's what he calls wieners. And then if I get a little overwhelmed or like, oh, there's just so much, I just stop and walk away because I'll eventually get through it.
It's way funnier than it should have been.
That's funny, Mike.
Well,
What's good?
That's awesome, Raz. I thought that was going to take a little time, but Amazon's pretty cool about that shit.
Well, and these guys, I kind of gave them a local tour. So the college they had been to before, but two of these other spots they hadn't been to. Even I had only been to a couple times. So went to one, 4 or 5 packs, go to another, 4 or 5 packs, and then went to the college for some courtyard action. And I think everybody broke something there.
I've been waiting for some footage from somebody. Chris, if you're listening, I have high expectations. Y'all know what I did there, and I sucked way more than I do now.
I've got one coming, but my struggle is this. I know that we're going to put out this next skit, so I know that's going to be good. But I like, now that we've had a meetup and we have some of that going on, like I like to infuse some of that with footy, and I like it to be really good footy too, to go on the NoobTube. But if it's just going to be for my channel and just a no frills, no talking, just rip, like it's really easy to put the good stuff in there because nobody wants to watch somebody flew a circle around a bush,
Hey, I flew circles around some trees real good on my last one.
Yes, you did. But where I'm at is,
Hey, it's been a while since I hit a park too, man. I'm usually all concrete, so
yeah. But I just don't, I'm not 100% on which video clips I want to use with the NoobTube stuff versus my own. And I've really been prioritizing putting the good stuff on the NoobTube. It's just how I feel. And so, it's all over with it. Because, yeah, I could slam one out tonight.
Well, get it done, sucker. Well, you're not going to show the good shit, so I don't even, no, fuck off. Jeff, I don't have a dog because, let's just say I have quad shit strewn all throughout my truck. I'm not going to give you a tour at the moment, but dogs and all this shit don't go together well. So,
Yeah. The last dog had an incident with a burnt ESC, and probably for the better.
Hey, Mike's on a roll tonight. Penetrate the bush, the bushka. All right. Do I have anything else?
For anybody in here that wasn't here earlier, who hasn't smacked either a like or a dislike button, do that. If you want to be notified when we go live, hit the bell. If you're not subscribed, we ask that you do. We try to have some fun here, and we like you all to be a part of it.
Dude, usually we got a little more energy than this, but he's been traveling and he's been dealing with people in an office all day, so he's kind of blah in the head, and I'm kind of just, out of it. I really wanted to fly today, but man, the winds that are following up behind this tropical storm bullshit that blew up through, no joke, man. Flying it wasn't even going to be worth it. Not even worth charging.
So I had a really bad internal struggle leaving work because I told you I left an hour late. I'm in Central, so it gives me an hour less to do stuff between getting off work and coming online for the stream. And then with my dinner debacle being clean across the other side of Wichita, I really struggled with not stopping somewhere to do some flying because there's a little wind, but like clear blue skies, beautiful sun. There's some really cool stuff I drove by that probably would have taken me a little while to figure out how to even get into it, which wasn't going to help my case if we wanted to have a stream tonight. But I had to talk myself out of it because, look, tomorrow I'm leaving there at 5, and I have a 2-hour drive from Wichita to Oklahoma City, and there's a few things on that drive, but I might be able to finagle something in there too. So
nice. Hey, Mike, I got a question for you, bro. I seen those pics that Plummet put out, man. What the hell was that? Was that a tornado? Or was that just crazy high winds from the bullshit? Jeff, I'm about an hour and a half south of Indianapolis, Indiana. Obviously. Mike's just all into these little squirts or whatever the hell you call them. Cinewhoops. Mike, we need more flippy floppy out from you. Give it to me.
Hard time understanding the Cinewhoop hype. Like, just because one person does it, I don't understand everybody jumping on that one. Yeah. And I'm not knocking you, Mike. I'm just saying I don't understand it.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not here to make commercials.
And that's my mentality. Like, I can see a lot of value for somebody doing shooting in buildings and things like that, but in a park?
I mean, there are some really awesome things you can do with it. Those things are cool as hell, and what they can accomplish is phenomenal. But I'm here to clinch assholes. That's it.
Okay. Off Axis says to watch his Cinewhoop video, his latest Cinewhoop video, and we'll get it.
Off Axis, all right.
Yeah, because I'm missing something. Like, I have no desire to build a Cinewhoop. And honestly, I've had brushless whoops and brushed whoops and micro brushless, and I just can't get excited about them the same way that I do a 5-inch.
None of it. Like, none of it. And I've had, Chris gave me a badass little thing. It was actually a Tyro 69, believe it or not, but it turned out to be a really awesome little whoop thing or toothpick, and that thing shredded, and it was fun, but those things are such a pain in the ass.
Every small drone I've had has either caught on fire, had components completely burn out, or is a royal pain in the ass to work on.
Yeah, all my quads, every single last one of them, are all going to be 4.5.6. I'm going with it. These are 6-inch arms on the back. These are 5-inch arms in the front on a little 4-inch body. Love this shit.
I'm going to stick with the all-around 5s only because I've just in the last week or two quit scraping on everything as I fly by it.
I do hit the 6-inch arm every once in a great while. My last video again, I actually did I went up to a branch and it hit the very tip of one of the 6-inch arms, and it made me yaw twice really fast, and I just kept flying like it was natural, and it looked really good. So I'm like, it's going in. I do remember that, Mike, that you really liked that one. You used to talk about it all the time.
Do you remember where he bought that frame?
No.
Pretty sure. Now, maybe I'm mistaken, but I think he bought that frame in Fort Worth 2 Noobapaloozas ago at...
He did.
What was his name?
Come on. Don't tell him, Mike.
Brain fart.
I don't remember his name. Mike, what was his name? Or the company name? Flylow. Thank you.
Okay, it was a 5-inch in Fort Worth. That's okay.
Whatever, dude. I have no memory. I don't make excuses for it anymore.
No.
I can't post the link. Yeah, links aren't really a thing, I don't think.
All right, give me a second. I'm going to go find Off Axis's video. We're going to post his link.
Well, we could just watch it right now.
Well, then that's up to you to do, because we know my computer ain't going to do it.
We can give it a shot. My Wi-Fi isn't the greatest right now. All
right, let's see. Well, I don't know which one it is. It doesn't just say Cinewhoop in it.
Do you need him to hold your hand too?
So Off Axis, let me know what the video title is, and I'll post a link in here.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to watch it. It won't even pull up YouTube. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. My link with StreamYard and everything is flawless for my phone, but then my laptop's on the Wi-Fi on my phone as well. Usually when I have flawless Wi-Fi, the laptop works great. And it's total shit.
All right, there you go. So everybody check out Off Axis's latest video. Let's figure out why Cinewhoop should continue to be a thing and why it still won't be for me.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, I'm excited. We had some really good stuff going on. So Chris, we went to the first spot. You guys, if you saw that high school where I was, there's the columns in the corner. You guys all kind of like that. I took him there, but like I showed him, I'm like, it's kind of a 2-pack spot per se. He got his fill. I'll tell you what I really got excited about there is he brought his ground pounder, and so he's running that thing like 45 miles an hour through the parking lot. And I started trying to chase him, and I got a few good runs, but, you know, he would get up to speed and then stop, and get up to speed and then stop. And, well, it's hard to chase something that keeps changing direction.
Well, that's what you do with the ground RC.
Yeah, but, I mean, if there was a little more distance that once I lock in, I could have got on, and it'd be cool. But at one point, I was, you know, nose pitched, props. You could hear the props on the asphalt, on his ass.
Yeah, you got to get him to put FPV on that thing, and then he wouldn't drive like that, and then you could really do it.
Yeah, we'll see. I know he wants to race Eric, so I know they're going to have it out again. Eric chickened out and didn't bring his ground pounder, so we wouldn't rub his face in it. Then I took him to a spot where there's this elementary school. It's actually just really cool grounds, but they've got a pretty cool awning with shapes in it. It's a blue wall. And Chris had some smoke bombs, so he was messing with that thing, and I had a dildo that I taped to the drone and was flying around and bashing into stuff with a huge dick hanging off the front of the drone.
Just the way you said that right now. I had a dildo.
Don't ask why. Just enjoy the outcome.
Ask why.
There is no why.
No, there really isn't. Now I have something to do with that non-why.
And then the college, we went straight to the courtyard, no messing around anywhere else. And we just started gapping and, flying clean over the canopies and down through the bar window areas.
Whoa, wait a minute. You had a dildo and you were gapping.
Isn't that how that works?
Kind of scared.
Scary. Nobody's ever treated you right.
Oh. Anyways, so who power looped the shit like they were supposed to? You know what I'm talking about. Nobody else does. At the freaking courtyard.
Oh, I know I did, but a few different ways.
Huh. I want to see.
I know that. And when I was talking to you about not being sure which footy I want to just throw out there quick and dirty versus which footy I want to make part of a bigger presentation on the NoobTube, that's the first part that comes to my mind. And I'm like, save it for the NoobTube. No, make a flight video. No.
Come on, you had to have 2 packs that were good.
Oh, honestly, I did 2 packs at the first place, 3 packs at the last place, and 7 packs in the courtyard. So back that thing up. Back that thing up.
Woo, woo. I don't know why we did that, but hey.
Because I could hear beeping.
Oh, I don't even hear that shit anymore.
Just background noise. I'm just catching up on chat here. Yeah, off axis, we would love to be able to play videos on here, but the more time goes on, the more I get reminded that my computer is complete trash. It cannot run StreamYard and stream a video at the same time.
I usually could, but my Wi-Fi is shit right now, so it ain't happening. I tried.
I would love to have a new computer, but I have to pay bills instead. So,
plus we have a really expensive vacation to go on.
We do.
Yes, we do.
That to date we can't get anybody else interested in, and it just blows my mind. I don't get it.
It's people. It's money and work, man. Stop playing with your microphone. It's money and work, man. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Not all people have the lives that are malleable enough to just do something crazy.
I mean, look, I don't have all the flexibility in the world, but this involved planning. Like, this is months of planning. Talking about a Midwest road trip, starting in Colorado, starting in Denver.
Texas, you tard.
Texas. Hold on. I thought. Well, we discussed too.
We were going to start in Texas and then just start traveling along the 40 towards Cali, and then maybe hitting Colorado or some shit up there too, since it's close.
Well, the last thing I brought up was starting in Colorado, heading down towards Phoenix, going slightly east towards a good spot, and then hitting the 40 and heading west.
No, I don't remember that, but okay.
But anyway, as you see, I mean, there's some room for locking things down. But look, getting an RV, packing everybody into it, and flying no less than like 5 iconic FPV spots, and then ending up on the coast before we fly back to our homes.
Yep, we're talking 2 guns at the spot Steel flew with the empty pool. We're talking the empty water park that everybody goes to in Eastern Cali. Man, dude, there's such good shit to fly down there. It's stupid.
Ending up in LA and doing some beach rips and.
You keep saying LA. We ain't going to fucking LA.
Well, we'll drop you off at the airport when we go to the beach.
Fuck LA. There's way better beaches where I'm from.
I'm not talking about driving through central LA, jackass. I'm just talking about the general area.
Orange County's not in the general area of LA.
Well, on my map, it is.
On the map, it most certainly is, but in actual drive time, that's like 4 hours.
Whatever. But, you couple the flying with hanging out with your homies and the general just chilling and eating and being together on top of...
I'd really like it if we got one more close homie on board. Make it a foursome.
Indy. Indy. I dream of mean your ass up for the plane rides, boy. I take care of you. Bill Cosby style. If you ain't awake, it won't matter.
Yeah, we know you have an Orange County there too. It's nothing but full of fags who try and make motorcycles.
We get lots of offers to go to people's properties. The problem is getting people to come to us. So we try to get around. So look, a few years ago, we went to Fort Worth. Last year, everybody came to the East Coast. This year, we were going to go Indiana until the COVID hit. Hopefully, this doesn't just completely slam, but I don't even care anymore for me saying that word. And instead, we might do the Midwest. So as a group, the FPVNoobTube is trying to get around to different places to meet with the local pilots and, even experience stuff for ourselves. But I'll tell you that it's tough sometimes to get people to go a little bit out of their way, even if you're going a long way out of your way.
And in saying these two words pretty much just drops everybody. And they're like, nope, not happening. Sorry. The two words are West Coast. Because everybody seems to live in the East or the Midwest. And they're like, it's too far. Sorry.
Well, me and Chuck live on the road. Have no qualms about taking time at least once a year to find somewhere to be.
Hell yeah, it's going to be grand adventures coming this fall.
Together.
Yeah, we got to start looking at rain patterns and stuff for the desert down there during that time of year, because it is actually a thing. You wouldn't think so, but it really is.
Down home.
Well, Jeff, we'll let you know when we're in Cali, man, if you want to drop down south. I don't think we're going to have the extra days to make the journey north, but we're all already pretty much doing an entire week, and we don't plan on rushing.
No, that's the one thing we want, to be able to enjoy ourselves and not just, kill ourselves.
We're going to kill our quads instead.
That's different.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the West Coast and be like, well, has anybody got anything left to fly? No? Shit. We'll have to order up some parts and send them to my house, bro, so they're waiting for us.
Well, that's part of the reason that even though Temptation says, put all your stuff together and fly it all hard, I'm just going to stick with the one. I got to make this stuff stretch because I don't have unlimited funds.
Yeah, I got 4 rigs running, 1 Falco, 3 Kiss, and I've mostly flown the 1 Kiss and the Falco, and one of the other ones I test flew it, and that was it. And the other one I might have flown a couple of times. So,
well, I will definitely have 3 6S rigs. Well, sorry, 3 5-inch 6Ss. A 6-inch 6S, and I might even have a 4S just sacrificial drone.
I have ideas for that thing.
I bet you do.
Oh, there's some cliff faces. Oh, God, yes.
Well, we need to work on our group some more and just see if we can convince some more people to come. And then by the end of summer, we'll be solidifying those plans, locking them in and getting everything reserved and squared away. So,
yeah, I'm locked in 100%. I might actually just start sending you money just to pool and have, so I won't spend it. Yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
Oh, dude, I spend my shit, bro.
Self-control.
There's a reason why there's quad parts strewn all over my truck, and it's not because I don't have places to put the shit away.
If there is one character flaw that is synonymous over the high 90th percentile of people in this hobby, it is a complete lack of self-control.
I just spent $80 on 20 cents of props.
Well, Raz, once we know for sure, it's going to be essentially the cost of, the split amongst the people that are going, the cost of splitting the RV and the gas. And then you're going to have to take care of your plane tickets, to where we're meeting and then where we're leaving from. And then everything else is just essentially food, drink, and BS along the way.
Shenanigans.
I'd like to say that each of us will be able to pull it off for $1,000-ish bucks, but we'll have to see.
My personal goal is $2,000, but I know I have to pay the shit I usually have to pay because I'm not working that for a week. So it's actually going to cost me an incredible amount of money to do this. But if you include what I'm not earning, I'm talking like $3,500 maybe total. But that's okay. I did that shit last year, and it was worth every cent.
Yep. So as we get that stuff solidified, we will put it out there because we love sharing it with you guys. That way you guys know where we're going to be and when, and anybody that's along the way, we can make plans to meet up for a couple hours, burn some packs, hang out, whatever. And once we know what's going on, you guys will know what's going on.
Yep. And Night Train, you said you built 2 strong bashers. See, here's the problem. And I got this from what's his full FPV name? Dr.
Watson.
I got this from Doc Watson. All my quads are bashers. There is no not basher.
I don't own a wall queen.
Right. Well, especially considering all my quads are basically the same fucking quad. They're all bashers, dude. But I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight and putting up with my freaking low energy ass. And
you're good.
Woo! Whoop,
yeah,
whoop.
We love you guys. We appreciate you being here. I'll return that with a whoop whoop.
Does anybody want slap and strap? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Or you can send an email to the FPVNoobTube channel at gmail.com. That is all mashed together. The FPVNoobTube channel at gmail.com.
Include your address.
You got it. You guys have a great Wednesday. Have a great weekend. Fly safe. Keep yourself informed. And we'll catch you in 2 weeks.
Bye!